Marvel Rivals announced Black Cat, and this person is trying to prove something that is blatantly obvious to anyone with a pair of eyes. It gets to a freaking point! What point are you talking about? They will never beat the allegations of releasing goon bait designs on purpose! Allegations? Try convicted and is proven guilty of sexy designs. I think you missed that whole part, didn't you? Not even Prime Overwatch was this shameless. Prime as in original. Are you sure we're not talking about the same Overwatch? You can even go further than just vanilla outfits if you're interested in PC gaming. Check out this insane revelation. PC gamers really can't go one day without modding women to wear revealing clothing. Yeah, I mean, if we have the capability to mod the game for the women to wear revealing clothing, or better yet, not wear clothes at all, why not? Also, this same person got caught in 4K doing the same thing with Leon. Also, what the hell is this mod? Why is she dressed like that? She does deserve better than that unflattering hot dog skin suit. You're right. PC gaming lets us make mods that make characters prettier and sexier. We need tools to make beautiful things. This person doesn't agree though. Clueless AI users are always gonna be entertaining to discuss. My favorite complaint from AI haters is, you didn't do anything! The AI did it! Yes, this is true. What is your defense against this? Name a single art form where you can create something without a tool. Wow, that is astonishingly idiotic. First off, singing. No tools, just pure raw voice. Is that the gotcha that you think it is? Second, AI is not just a regular tool like a pencil or a microphone. It's a robot that does the work for you. Following that logic, the pencil makes the drawing, the brush makes the painting, the chisel makes the sculpture, and the camera takes the photo. Yes, this genius AI user thinks that pencils just draw themselves, because that's how art works, right? The difference, you utter buffoon, is that you don't tell the pencil what to draw, and the pencil will do it for you. The only art that deserves to be called art will be the one that exists only in the mind and has never materialized. No, just the one that materialized from generative AI. Let's move on from AI user stupidity to gaming tourist stupidity. Man, I miss racing games. This user shared the same sentiment that I have, which is that Burnout 3 Takedown is one of the greatest racing games of all time, and no other racing games have ever come close to that. There's a new game that was just released called Screamer, a racing game featuring anime characters that I didn't know was a reboot of an old game from the same developers. It is one of the weirdest games that I've played this year. Cheap, uninspired slop doesn't count. Yeah, Screamer is a lot of things, but slop is not one of them. Slop is usual and predictable. Screamer is unusual, unpredictable, and just weird all around. Anime characters? Get out of here with that. Go play some Mario Kart, lil bro. Sounds like you don't really care for cars. Because anime has never cared for cars and racing before, right? Seriously, if you want to try out a bizarre game, give Screamer a try. This game is just weird. It is unusually presented. It breaks every conventional gameplay and storytelling rules. And I'm sitting here still trying to process all that. Give it a try and see if it clicks better for you, because 25 episodes in, I'm still trying to figure out what the hell is going on and who I'm supposed to root for. Moving on from gaming hooplas, I got some more hooplas of fiction being bad. Quite a diverse lineup for this video. I think some people should reevaluate how they think about media. Stop gatekeeping anime! We literally can't. The ones who hold the gate are the people that distribute the anime. The wider and more accessible the anime distribution is, the more likely it is for people to get in the fandom. Also, no, I don't consider purity tests gatekeeping. I don't consider the no true Scotsman fallacy gatekeeping. People not validating you as a fan is not gatekeeping. To me, gatekeeping is about access to media. The easier and more popular it is, the wider the gate is open. There are no tourists! This is where you are wrong. There absolutely are tourists, and they are absolutely evident based on how they act and what they say. Everyone is allowed to enjoy anime in the way they want, and it's fine for them to judge things that have existed for years. No, it's not fine to judge things that have existed, because this will end in you calling the people who like them evil, and that is you being a moral guardian. You should be kept out of any fandom. In my opinion, those people actually reveal very good points of discussion. For example, why is loli necessary? The same reason why high schoolers fighting to their deaths are necessary. We human beings just love seeing fictional teenagers ruin their lives. So you don't see anything wrong with sexualizing minors? So you don't see anything wrong with teenagers fighting to their deaths? They are not minors. They are fictional characters. They are not real. You're not judging things that have existed for years. You are judging the fans who like them and suggest that they are horrible people for liking them. And you wonder why they call you a tourist. Even worse, you're a moral guardian. And that is way worse than being a clueless tourist. The level of scum that these moral guardians will go to is genuinely astonishing. These are the same mofos who would soil their undies if you were to draw them bleeding on the sidewalk. That's because you drew us, real people, bleeding on the sidewalk, not fictional characters, you absolute cretin. They themselves may never truly decide if you can separate fiction from reality or not. You are writing about real people, not fictional characters. Learn the difference. Fiction is perceived by both what you see and illustrate. So you're saying that you are delusional, and you can't tell what you perceive, whether they're real or not. If you're conscious enough to see that a drawing illustrates a real person, let me stop you right there. Fictional characters are not real people. I am real. Your critics are real. And you want to draw them bleeding on a sidewalk. Scumbag! You should be conscious enough to apply common sense to oppose rape in fiction instead of endorsing it. Those awful things happens to people that are not real. You want awful things to happen to people that are real. You are scum. This is a pointless argument and a pointless discourse, but here I am discussing them anyway. Incest shouldn't exist in reality. They shouldn't, but they exist anyway. It's just one of the harsh realities of life. Then why do you want it to exist so badly in fiction if you don't think it's okay in real life? Are you dumb or just demented? Real people are not fictional characters. If we like seeing people getting murdered in fiction, does that mean we like seeing people getting killed in real life? No. Please put the two and two together. That makes no freaking sense! Of course it makes no sense to you. You're an idiot. It had to exist in real life before it existed in fiction. It's a real life scenario that happens to people on a daily basis. So what? The same can be said to murder, torture, abuse, grand theft, and many other crimes around the world. There's nothing wrong with enjoying fiction depicting horrific things in real life. If you think enjoying fiction will lead them to do the same thing in real life, you are delusional and you need to seek help. Alright, enough with the fandom discourse. Let's add one more discourse to spice things up. Real relationships. This interaction bait is utterly despicable. The type of girl you meet at your wedding after you already have a wife. Wow, so you basically just admitted to the world that your wife is ugly. Also, this assumes that you have a wife. You don't. Type of girl you meet 5 seconds after getting a girlfriend. This is the exact same post, except it's girlfriend instead of wife. Again, this whole thing assumes you do have a girlfriend. Guess what? You don't. Can a man spend his whole life with just one girl? Well, if you are actually faithful to your significant other and not being a horny, unfaithful, disloyal bastard, you absolutely can. And that's all for the video today. Here's a cat. Huge thanks to all the wonderful sponsors this week. You're all fantastic. Don't forget to check out my previous videos here. Click the like button, comment, subscribe, join the YouTube membership, leave some tips, just $1 down below. And thanks for watching.